I was cracking about you, play upon the host of the most, your country cousin, so winning the bitch coming at you, man. And it is the new year. Happy 2020, all that good cash and shit like that. We finally made it. Brought Amarion with us though, it's all good. So I'm here today with another episode of What's Happening with Winnie. Hopefully you guys will check it out on YouTube and on all your streaming platforms. But today we got entrepreneur, businessman, beautiful dog owner, dog dad.
He's being so much.
Sean Williams.
What's up, my guy?
I'm good, man. How you been, bro?
I've been good, man. Honestly, I've been chilling. Just been working a lot.
For sure, I definitely seen that. Couple things that I've noticed about Sean, we definitely gonna get into. We probably didn't talk about this before because I wanted to actually get it on camera. Is Sean left Instagram for a little bit on like October 20th, 2020, October. And then the next video was him like air slapping the fuck out of some cheeks, just getting it like this. Just one of those
come back
on November 2021. I was like, what the fuck is this dude?
Yeah, I had to, man.
So what was that moment of like hiatus? Like, was it more of like a mental health break?
Yes,
was it more like
it really was. Honestly, so on a vanity level, I was just looking at too many people's Instagrams and was like, yo, I want that, I want this. Oh, I'm trying to live that. I'm trying to take that vacation. But it's like, you can do that, but within reason. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have that time or when that is your time to do it, you know what I'm saying? So I really was just like focusing on other things that weren't my own life. I wasn't focusing on who I was and what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to get the fuck off of Instagram. And honestly, I mean, let's be real, like there is beautiful girls all over that site. Like whether it's male, female, you, me, whoever, like there's always gonna be some suggested feed. So it's easy to find yourself looking at things that you either shouldn't be looking at or that you don't even know. It's like, I don't even know her. Like, why do I follow you? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just like cleared out a bunch of people I followed. Now it's like only people I actually know or people that like I've met before. Like it's a really big celebrity that like wouldn't know me obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came back and honestly my buddy just said like, dude, whatever, like let's get Instagram because we were taking a bunch of videos of the Arizona job where we were building that house.
Yeah, for sure.
And so he was like, man, just post some stuff about this. And all of that video you saw was one of many videos that they would be taking of me just doing stuff, because like I would be playing music on this big boombox we had, and I'm 20 something feet in the air at that moment on like a roof, and like I'm just like getting wild in the morning at like 6 a.m. you know. And that was a constant. I was constantly wilding out, but yeah, that was just like the first one I thought would just be a real funny banger to
that was a dope.
It was like welcome home, you know what I'm saying? Like there were some wild ones. I was like, oh fuck, like I need to chill out. But it was fun. I mean, it was just me and my friends having fun building this fucking mansion. So that's what it was. It was literally like every day we got up, we did our own thing, we made our own schedules, we worked, but it was hot, it was hard, and it was a long, crazy experience, but it was like, we got to do it how we got to do it, you know. There wasn't a boss like coming in being like, you have to go to work right now, like, oh, hurry up. It's like, no, man, if I want to stay here for 30 minutes and shoot the shit with my homie, or like smoke a bowl in the truck real quick when no one's looking, like that's what I'm gonna do, dude. Like, for sure. It was nice though, so. Yeah, that was the hiatus, was basically mental health and also just kind of staying away from things that I just didn't need to be seen. I needed, like sometimes like
it's unnecessary bullshit, bro. And like I think I kind of did the same thing when I deleted all the other. I had like 2 other profiles. Yeah. For some odd ass reason.
Oh, like on Instagram?
Yeah, I had like a personal one, then I had like one for cooking, then I had one for what was going to be the visual shit.
I remember I think I followed you.
And I was like, I'm done with all this shit. Like I don't need 2 Instagram pages, because again it was just like following unnecessary shit, starting beef, or not even starting beef, but like looking at like World Star Hip Hop every 5 seconds.
World Star hits.
Or shit, it does. We love you, World Star over here.
We really do.
But some like when you're already in the sunken place, you kind of necessarily don't need to be looking at some shit that you don't need.
No, it doesn't help. It kind of makes you look. That was kind of where I was getting to, because it's like when you don't achieve, or you're not getting, or you're not being making the same money, whatever you have, like that is a negative. Like it brings you down. You're like, well, fuck, am I not succeeding? Like, am I not killing it? Am I not doing good? But then your friends are like, no, man, like you've come leaps and bounds from where you were to where you are now. Be happy with who you are, not what you look at in other people. And I was like, damn, I just need to check out.
Yeah,
like,
for
fully
sure.
check out and just be like doing me.
It makes you not look at your own successes like successes, because like
Yeah.
every little battle, and we're gonna get into it a bit more, but every little battle that we've come from, like we talked about earlier, like we're human beings and we're like plants. So
Yeah.
like we're supposed to grow, evolve, and change, adapt, learn, unlearn, relearn, all that shit. So if you're just
Unlearn would
stuck,
be nice,
yeah, unlearn and relearn is the hard part. That's the hard part right
Fuck
there.
that, honestly.
But when we get to a point where it's like you can necessarily say like, all right, I know this shit's not for me anymore, and
Yeah.
I can like back away from it. You take your pride and your ego away from all those things, and you kind of like can develop and grow a lot more. So I think that's what it was for you, and that's kind of what it was for me as well.
Yeah.
So like now all the content that I post is either of my daughter, me dancing, or me playing golf, or a podcast video. I try to like promote as much positivity because that's like how I actually am, who I actually am.
Yeah.
But a lot of the shit that I used to post was just like very angry, like shit, and it was like that's unnecessary to look back at. Like those are your rewind videos. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to keep replaying like the angry version of myself.
It's crazy when you really do look back on some of the videos, or like I have some things in my phone and I'm like, Jesus, like why? Or like just videos of you and your friends acting ignorant or like tasing each other, or like that stupid shit. I'm like, yo, like,
what are we on?
it's like, bro, like I just turned 30, like I was saying, and it's like, I mean, yeah, it's I guess like the growth part of it. You get to look at a plant or whatever and like see the evolution of it, like from a small baby to something big, and it's like that was me. But so it's like I look back and I'm like, obviously it makes sense to have mistakes, but it's like where were we at? Like why mentally was I doing the shit I was doing, or why was I acting the way I was acting? It doesn't make sense
at all.
I'm just like, man, I was a boy, like, and it just it's crazy to really look back on some of those videos and be like, what? It almost brings you down even further. Like you said, it's like when you're already kind of feeling low and you're like, damn, and you see this video, you're like, damn, fuck, I really am kind of a dingus. Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
But that's a dope transition, man. Because like let's take the shot for the transition.
Oh yeah.
We got tequila. We're gonna make this episode kind of like Drink Champs.
I'm prepared.
Alright, so the thing that I look at, like I said with the transition to this, I took my mental health a lot more serious at, I think, 28, 29.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like with that like paradigm switch kind of shift, it was like I needed to clear out old baggage, because our brain is just a computer.
Yeah.
And if you just keep downloading porn and video games and shit like that, you're gonna get a virus eventually.
100%. Yeah. That's
You know
a
what I'm
good way to put
saying?
it.
So
Sure.
you gotta be able to like have like good shit in there. So that's where the unlearn, relearn came from.
Yeah.
Also like going to anger management, going to counseling helped out a lot as well too. And that's where I love this platform, because it's started off as a golf podcast that eventually very quickly changed to, this is what I don't like about golf. And then it was like, all right, so bro, you're just talking about problems. So like you're going backwards. We got to bring solutions, and we got to change some shit. So I adapted to finding a way to show that side of myself.
Okay.
But also having my golf audience pay attention, because at the beginning of all these videos and all these podcasts, I'm playing golf. I show them something, but it's something that's made them listen to.
It got people drawn in, and now you were able to shift it to something you actually feel passionate and solid about, which is
For sure. That's what we're about.
Growth. I love that.
But no, so like, I want to know, because you said like you turned 30 and it was like, oh man, like this. So like, do you think it was going to the desert, taking that gamble on your business? And I want you to kind of break down your business before you go into this.
Okay. Easy.
So was it like the development of your business and moving away that kind of like expedited the growth process? Because I was out here 10 years by myself. Well, at the time it was 7 years by myself, with no family, nobody. Before it hit, and I was scared. I was a kid still, and then it finally hit. It was like, all right, bro, I have a daughter now, and I gotta like get my mental health right for her, not for me, it's for her. But it became fun for me to go back and research and, oh man, this is what actually happened. This is why I'm sad. This is why I get angry so quick. All right, I can easily fix that. So what do you think it was for you? Was it just like that quick switch mentally, or was it moving away that happened, or what was it for you?
Man, oh, jeez. I do think the break away from Eugene and just like checking out and also being off of social media and just doing all that. There was also a lot of shit that happened while being away and just like things that affected me on a negative level, but that I thankfully was strong enough to get through. But I do think that it was one to grow the business. Main reason we went down to Arizona. It was definitely not for myself. It wasn't for like a mental break or anything. It was definitely to like put a huge house. I mean, dude, we built 14,000 square feet of house.
It's a beautiful house.
Huge. It's beautiful.
Let's give it a pause real quick because I'm gonna put in this video right here the house.
Nice.
At this monster. Just the guest house alone. Ooh. Oh. That's a beast right there. Me and your boy.
But yeah, doing that was cool just for the repertoire, just for the the resume. So when we show people like pictures, we're like, hey, we can do all of this. They're like, wait, you did that from ground level? We're like, yeah, and like I can run the heavy machinery, I can do all this. We know how to order, we know how to do everything.
Yeah.
So it was to build the company, but going down there, separating from everyone, being by yourself in a sense, it's just you and your homie in a foreign state that you've never really lived in. You've only visited here and there. He's away from his kids and his girlfriend. I was single and like going into it. I still am single. I don't know why I said I was single, whatever. But yeah, like I went into that just like being me. It was just me and Tucker I came down with, and so yeah, when you're down there and you're trying to think, you're trying to process, you're trying to save, you're trying to do all that stuff, it does help expedite. You're kind of away from everything, so you're just in your head. You have to like fucking think constantly. Like that's all you have. It's like get up, go to work, come home, relax, go to sleep, go up. Do it's the same thing. So the whole time you're kind of just coming home, smoke a little bit of weed, drink a little bit. I love that quote, I guess. And then yeah, and then I'd just be sitting there kind of in my head thinking. So it helped expedite it, but I think the main reason that I have switched into being more conscious of my health, like I love that you touched on mental health and like counseling, anger management. I just actually got in contact with a new therapist, checked in, I'm qualified, everything's good, I'm all signed up. I know her name's Angela, so I know, I don't know how it's gonna look, but
it's a step.
It's a step, and I know like I've already gone to therapy. I've already done anger management counseling with my family before, like divorces and stuff. But I was feeling super good before Arizona. I was feeling really confident, really together. Some things happened, whatever, and now I've honestly checked back to where I feel super unconfident, to be real with you.
For sure.
And I've been kind of locking myself away. Like the last few weekends, it's like you don't really see me, or like I'm spending too much time at the booty club or the strip club with the homies, and like they hit you up on like a Tuesday night. They're like, hey, let's go to the club. And you're like,
and you're in a sunken place, bro.
It happens, but then you're there, but for sunken reasons, and acting like a sunken human and giving people a half version of yourself. You're not giving someone all of you, and the all of you is actually a dope person. I feel pretty fucking dope when I'm being myself, and when like someone loves you for you, or your friends are kicking in, you're like you. People love that, and I love that energy. But then when you're a sunken half version of yourself, you come home and you're like, damn, that was whack. Like I felt kind of like lame as fuck that whole night. Like I wasn't able to really be me, and that sucks. That fucking sucks. And so, yeah, I think therapy's gonna help. To be honest. So yeah, I'm kind of in a weird. I don't even know how to answer your question, to be honest. Now that I think about it, there's like so many different like things that I just thought of as that went through my head.
As that shit comes, it's supposed to come.
It's crazy.
And I think me going into my 32s, my 32nd year of life, like around the sun this year, I think I look at people for the flaw.
Yeah.
Not like a negative way to say it like that, but it's like, man, like I have so many dope ass friends. You, my homeboy Stone that's been on the show, my homeboy Bradford that's been on the show. I have so many dope ass people around me, and like they're dope as fuck because they embrace their flaws. That shit's amazing who they are, and they're not afraid to, you know what I'm saying? Like I would say like conquer their demons. Like we all made friends with our demons, had sleepovers with them.
100%. I've partied hard with my demons. Like dude, my demons in me have kicked it tough.
Man, I literally make a plate for them motherfuckers at holidays.
Yeah, 100%. See, I've fully lived with them like as roommates. Like I've allowed my demons to be my friends. Like I've allowed my demons to become me. Mm-hmm. Where like as you say, you know, the company you keep is the way you act. And so it's like if those demons are like so prevalent in your life, you're gonna start acting like those motherfuckers. Okay. And you're acting like an evil version of yourself. All you care about is just the next thing, you know, and it's too much, bro. It's wild. It's like an evil virus, bro, and it just hits you deep in your heart. And once you're sucked in, until you finally find somebody who pulls you out, or you find a reason to come out, or you find something that like pulls you out of that trench, you can just wallow, man. And this town is easy.
I was about to say, this town has a lot of people like that, and a lot of people that we know that, you know, sad to say, that we've known, that we've stopped associating with. Like, at least I know for sure I've stopped associating with, because it's like, you're so great underneath that. Like, just everybody else, like you said, like somebody needs to pull, like there has to be somebody that pulls. I know, but
he's so extra,
you don't care about this.
He's so extra.
This is Tucker, guys. He's a good boy. No, but it's like when you finally find something or someone who gives a fuck about you enough to where you give a fuck about yourself.
Yeah.
I just posted that shit today when I was at the gym, bro. It just hit me. I was like, we gotta like talk to ourselves like we talk to our best friends, because we be hyping our friends up and they make mistakes.
All the
and
time,
I'm just like, hey, sorry, bro.
Don't trip, bro.
You gonna come back. But when we talk to ourselves, we're like, you're a dumbass, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, look in the mirror like, you stupid bitch. Like,
bro,
what's your deal?
Plenty of nights where I've like screamed and cried in the mirror, talking shit to myself.
I cry hella, dude. Honestly, I've been crying so much lately. It's weird.
It's a good feeling though. Don't trip.
I love it. I'm a
cry,
Cancer moon, by the way. We'll just add that.
Hey, there we go.
I'm in touch with myself, but I honestly feel like there is a difference between healthy crying and just crying because you're not releasing stuff that's inside of you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like lately I've just been crying because I'm not processing or dealing with pains or hurts or family or whatever, and so I'm like crying over things that I shouldn't even be crying over because that emotion's just waiting. It's just sitting there.
You have
like,
so much in there. So
yeah, it's just like get out.
Exactly.
It's like now I'm crying over something. Dude, honestly, All American, that show on Netflix. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's about a high school football team, dog. It's about a high school football. I didn't know at first. The first episode I saw they were drinking, so at first I thought it was like a college team. So I was like, nah, I can get away with this. Yeah. Come to find out it's a high school football team, like team. And I was like, damn, but
dude, babies.
But there's like family problems, dad issues, which I mean, I'm chock full of family fucking problems, dad, mom issues, whatever the fuck you want to have it. Mm-hmm. But it was like the show was hitting me deep, and I'm sitting here with like every episode crying like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, dude, this is too much. It's like I need to turn the show off. And I was like, and it's a high school football game. Dog, I was bawling like over and over. I even went across the street to Los Patrios and was like, dog, I need a drink. I need some food. I need to chill. And they're like, what's going on? I was like, bro, I'm just crying.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I can't contain it, dude. I'm just crying. It was fucked up, dude. I was like, I need to chill. Yeah. But then I really started to think like, man, maybe this is just because I'm not dealing with things that I should be dealing with. And I'm just like pushing it off, just smoking pot, having a few drinks, and just pretending like life's good. When it's not, man. Life's not always good.
I was just about to say that sometimes like it's alright to not be alright.
No. Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. And I think that's where like, I think first of all, when I had my daughter, I became a big ass softie.
I love
like that. I had my little girl and I became soft as shit. But after that, it was just like, again, going to therapy, going to anger management, it was going to counseling. It was just like, man, there's so much more that's like, that's why like songs make me cry. Like I can't listen to an Amy Winehouse song without crying sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I like the fact that, you know, the environment, my energy around me is giving me reasons to express that, to let that shit go. Yeah. Like, good stories, all that shit. And I think the biggest thing that comes from that is, at least from what I heard you say, is having it pent up and not knowing where to like release that shit at. Yeah. The environment, the energy, the auras, karma, whatever you want to call it, your higher spirit, whatever it is giving you a reason to fucking cry because you need to fucking cry. Fuck yeah. You gotta let this shit go, bro. We got so much negative shit around us already. Like, you guys are gonna hear it on a later episode when I talk more about it, and we're gonna break it down a little bit right now. But like, I was addicted to Xanax, like taking pills, bro. Like it was very bad. Like it was times like I was telling my wife. Sorry, I'm gonna cut the fuck out of that. I was telling my wife just the other day, like, there was moments where I would get mad, like, because I didn't have $20 to smoke pot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because other shit was already there. And, like, I knew I needed to, like, not be sad.
Yeah.
But I could not be sad because, again, I was here. I'm a mama's boy. And I'm here without my mom. I'm here without my nana. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost all my best friends to, like, the drugs and crime scene back east.
Yeah.
So
Which
it's like,
is real out there. That's
super
that's a
real,
lot.
bro.
Like,
Like,
story, man. People kill you over fucking 20
over
bags,
there.
you know what I'm saying?
This nigga got on a nice ass pair of shoes, bro. Like, people will kill you over that. And we're gonna talk about his entrepreneurship with him, like, creating shoes and shit like that. We're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about his business a bit later too. But, like, just to, like, keep this whole vibe going of, like, the mental health side of it, it's like there was moments where, and I told you on you know, the DM and the text, like, I was gonna bring this up. There was moments I was so upset at myself and so angry. That's why I didn't accept the friendships from the good people.
Yeah.
And I accepted them from the negative people, thinking that was the good shit.
Easy.
Because it's easier that
They
way.
don't
for sure.
judge you for what you're doing.
They
want
hype
you
up
what
your
you're
anger.
doing.
They hype
Like,
up your
oh,
anger.
what?
Yeah.
Drugs?
They'll
Cool.
take
I
your
want to
money.
do drugs too. They won't even take your money, but they'll just let you pay for everything, which is taking your money.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, I never contribute for the drugs. I never contribute for the alcohol. Oh, you're the one coming out paying for everything. Okay, that's fair. But then that's the only reason they're hitting you up. Like, they don't hit you up unless that's what's happening.
So let's go to the big house, because you had the big house on campus.
Yeah, we were always there, man.
And
That was
I
a crazy house.
had the random roaming around with different groups of people, and that's how I ended up meeting you.
Yeah, it's hard.
Running around with random groups of people, met Sean, realized that Sean was what the newer age people will call it the plug.
I might have been plugged in.
He might have been plugged in at the time when I met him.
Yes.
But it was just like, oh, so this is a place where I can come to let loose, or like I can hit this dude up to let loose. But it was never like let's use homie as a homie. It was just like, oh, okay, whatever, bro. Hey, call your boy to do this right here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
What were, without getting too deep, because, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to
get crazy with it.
What were some things that, when you look back now, if you were to talk to yourself back then, you would tell yourself to avoid? Just one or two, or even give me one.
Yeah,
we don't gotta go deep. Just give me one.
Oh man, I would kind of touch on the same thing you were talking about, like specific friendships. You know, looking at what friendships are actual friendships and what acquaintances are just people that are users or people who you only know for business or other things. So it's like being more conscientious of who I was spending my time with, because like I was saying, it's like the company you keep is the company that you're gonna start acting like. And so it's like the more people you're acting or being around and like that are negative influences, it just made a negative situation. So I would say probably friendships, like just making sure I was around the right people. I'd be like, damn bro, like just really focus on your friends, because there's friends I was neglecting then that I don't neglect now, that are my friendships are so tight and so solid and they're so good there, and like, oh, it's tight, and like I wish I had that depth.
I was
Back in the
about
day,
to
I was
say,
like, fuck, bro. Back in the day, like, I wish I could have
man.
called him and like, dog, I need you, homie. Like, what's up? Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm not good. Like, can I just kick it? And
How
then
many
like,
homies
yes.
do you have like that? Like, do you think, like, for real, like, if you was to call up one right now, like, bro, I need you to like just like talk to, who do you think you could call? Like, how many? Because I can be honest with you, I know now I have you, and I'm gonna use you.
No, bet.
But before, it was my wife.
Yeah, man. I got maybe 5, less than 10 for sure, but 5, maybe a little bit more than 5. But like homies, like for sure, like I know for like right off top, I could, like there's like 3 or 4 people right now that if I called right now and was like, I need you at my house right now, they would be here right now. No questions asked, no story
That's
needed,
beautiful,
no
bro.
nothing. They're here.
That's good shit.
But I'd have to be real, because there's sometimes like you could be drunk, you could be stupid, and you're like, dude, come over, I need you. They're like, dog, is this for real, or like, do you
like,
need
no,
me?
dude, like, for sure.
But
for
then
sure.
like if I actually call and was like, dog, like get here now, like I need you, they're here. And that's like real shit, and like there's people who are flying in for that.
Damn.
So it's like, and that's like, but that's life or death shit. Like that's like, dog, like get here, please. Like my mom, my dad, me, like come on, bro.
Yeah.
They'll be here.
That's a
So yeah,
beautiful
like
thing,
at
bro.
least let's just say at least 5, like 5 people I know that have my back, that and they know I have their back. Like I'm I'm gonna take years for these people, like straight up, like I will take years for these people.
Oh God, see, like you got to be able to find people like that, because those are the people who will be able to pull you out
Yeah,
when you're
100%.
too deep in.
And they're the people who call me out the hardest. They're the people who actually challenge me the most. They're the people who are like, you're being an idiot. You
Do you
shouldn't talk to
appreciate
her. You shouldn't talk to him. You shouldn't be partying here. Oh man, why'd you go out that night? That was a dumb decision. And I do. And later, sometimes, most of the time, I try and accept it. Then I try because like I feel like I'm grown enough to accept any truth. Like, what are you gonna tell me I haven't heard or that I haven't made a mistake that already?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm 30. You don't think that I've made a mistake where a girl got mad at me or like a homie was like, dog, you're an idiot. Like, that's already happened. So it's like, if I'm doing something, like, tell me, and normally I can receive it, but sometimes there's those things where I'm like, fuck you, homie. Like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Or
you know what?
To turn in the head. So you, like, you can't hear them at that moment. But then like 3 days later, you're like calling my dog.
I appreciate
I'm
what
so
you're
sorry. I was fucked up. It was Friday night. It's Monday. I just worked. I was
I
home
get
all
it, I'm
weekend.
sorry.
Bro, I'm sorry. And they're like, I know, dog. I love you, but like you're an idiot. And I'm like, thank
Yeah.
you. And it's always love. At the end of the day, they're always like, I love you, dog. Like I know, like we're good, but like, come on. Like they're like slapping the head. They're like, dude, like what are you doing? And I'm trying to have less of those moments. The later in life I get.
For sure.
Which is cool, but it's like,
that's
fuck,
the growth
man.
and
Yeah, it's like
evolution.
as much as I can have less slaps in the head and just more like, hey man, you're killing it. Hey, I'm proud of you, bro. I love you, man. Dude, I haven't seen you in a few weeks. What have you been doing? What? Cool. Fuck yeah. Like those are the interactions I want. I don't want the reactions of like, dog, again? What are you doing tonight? Bro, I'm at the club. They're like, really? Oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, it's Monday night and it's 10 and you're at the club? Oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah. And then in my head, I'm like, damn, I should be here.
Pull me up another one though.
But I was like, yeah, can I get another Casamigo shot? Like, what's up?
It was cracking with it, man.
Stupid. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out how to like coast because honestly, man, like heartache, heartbreak, financial stuff, working your ass off, you know, trying to, you know, see someone else's dream as your own dream too. Because like the company I'm part of right now, I never thought I'd be doing construction, dog. Like I did that stuff growing up with my family, and I've done that stuff growing up with people like on grows and stuff, like doing greenhouses, building shops and stuff. It's like it makes sense, but that was always his dream. Like he was always the construction guy. He was always the guy framing houses. He was always the guy for the union and all that stuff. And it was like cool because we were able to come together and we work hard together, and we're actually a really good team. But I never thought I'd be here. So it's a lot more work than, you know, like you're really ready for it. Like, especially when it's like just two dudes on like a fucking house like that size that we were just doing. Like now you're like, holy shit, like I'm really working out here, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm just building a fucking deck for someone and it's gonna take me a fucking week. I'm out there 7 months, player, like working every day. Some days 6-7 days a week. It's like fuck. So yeah, I don't know, man. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm just trying to, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I mean, that's all it is, bro. It's gonna take time, but when you're jumping off a cliff of success, there's so many bumps before your wings actually open, and we're still babies in this shit.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm making choices that we're Googling or looking up other people, other business people who have been killing it for 10, 20, 30 years, whatever.
How did they get their start?
Exactly. It's like, why am I watching them if I'm the success? It's like, no, of course I'm a baby in the game. So it's like, I gotta understand, meet as many people as I can, get as many business cards as I can, diversify as much info as I have, so that eventually I'm like, damn, now motherfuckers are asking me for advice. How'd you get here? How'd you make your first million? I'm gonna be like, this way.
Hard work.
I'm gonna be like, yo, it took me 10 years. You know, I'm 40 now, but now I'm a millionaire. Like now I'm literally a millionaire. Like in my cash in my bank account, not like I'm just like I have assets and stuff. It's like, yo, I'm trying to be a millionaire at some point. Like I want to see zeros, player.
I want them sixes. All right, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna go piss.
You dangerous. I'm like, I love that.
That's the best comeback for the homies. Like, what you doing right now? Not shit, cooling, drinking, filming. What? Yeah. Oh, okay. Nigga, you kind of scary right now.
Dangerous. He's scary. Yeah, he was funny. He always hits me up weird, like at specific hours where I know that his mind's thinking something else. Like, if dude, you're not gonna hit me up at 8 o'clock, being like, "What are you doing?" Like, most things in this town are closed by 10.
Eugene sucks.
Eugene does. So what stays open until 1 or 2? The only bars in town that I know of that really stay open until that time happen to be the Nile or the silver dollar.
Hmm.
And it's like, dude, sometimes you don't even want to talk to girls. You don't even want to go to the booty club. But it's like, you go there because they're open late. I'll sit at the bar sometimes, me and homie just having drinks. I'm not even throwing ones, not to be rude. Sorry, anyone who watches this that are a dancer, I'm so sorry. But like some nights I'm not even trying to kick it like that. But it's like we were just having some drinks at another bar that closes. So we're like, well, fuck. It's like, yeah, it's like we want to have some more drinks. You go there and you'll sit at the bar and drink. But it's like, that's the only place open. It's like, what? Like, the only place open is the fucking strip club? Fuck, dog. I don't want to be there, dude.
I guess, dog. But I tell you, I used to live in Springfield on 8th Street.
Oh, no.
Right in front of the Springfield PD station.
Yeah.
And then, like, around the corner from that is a strip club right there. I forgot what it was called. It's not Sweet Illusions. It was a...
Brick House.
Yes, nigga, yes. We used to go there just to play.
Yeah, I heard they got steaks. I heard they got good steaks there.
They really do.
I heard they do. I heard that like hella businessmen, like old white guys, like go there during like lunch hours.
Dude, they have
just for like
great
food and stuff. Yeah, that's what I've heard is they go for food, like lunchtime specials. But it's like, who's trying to hit the fucking strip club at like 1 p.m., fucking 12 a.m.
You're seen going in here, dog, like, and then coming up. No, but like when we used to go to the Silver Dollar all the time. Oh no. Just to play pool. It was terrible. All right.
Sorry, I just yawned. That was weird. I haven't yawned in days. I feel like I honestly shut down. I don't like have a tired. I feel like it's like, oh, I'm going, and then I just shut down. I don't feel like I yawn. Oh, I'm fine. No, I just like die.
I eat dinner and just pass the.
That's where I'm at too. Like I literally just like, I just got like 3 notifications. That was crazy. Your phone got like 3 notifications. That was insane.
All
right, hey, dude, come on, bro. You're being hot.
Wow, boy.
All right. Let's cheers this up real quick.
Hey, again, baby, we doing it. We here. And that's to the 2 that we did earlier, right? Yeah. Oh, this.
I almost lost, dude. My fingers almost dropped that, and I was like, no. I was like, no, you can't spill. And I squeezed as hard as I could. Just the pressure of the strength of my fingers was all that saved that. Because it was like, dude, this fell out of my fingers, and I literally just grabbed it. I was like, we almost had a catastrophe, guys.
It's all good, guys. Don't trip. It's gonna. We're champions. So construction business, your homeboy's dream. That's now kind of like your passion.
Yeah.
Tell these people the name of it, bro, because again, like, I want you to know, we got a lot of people who got GOLF money.
Nice. How about
that
that?
listen to this. So go ahead and talk to these people, let them know what your business is.
Yeah, it's called Radican Construction. That's RADEKIN Construction. But yeah, basically my buddy, that's his last name. We've been friends since we were 14. I've known this kid. He actually like on a deep level, and I've already like talked to his mom and him or whatever, but like they saved my life, to be real with you, because like I was not in a good space with my parents and my home life, and like I grew up in like a really not good home. Side note, my parents are not bad parents. There was just a lot that was going on, so I didn't grow up in a bad home. I grew up in a not ideal environment, and so yeah, exactly. But his mom took me in, and I stayed there for like every night for like a year, like all freshman year basically, and like our friendship just fucking.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like solidified. Like we came home and like, dude, we used to bare knuckle fight each other, like got bloody and shit, like just because we wanted to be better at fighting. So we'd get home from school and we'd just be like, yo, dog, you want to fight today? And it's like, yeah, dude. And we'd fucking film each other. We'd film, like, we used to do like backyard fights behind North Eugene, and we used to like fight other kids. Like we used to bring gloves in my buddy's backpack, and he's like, oh, dude, I got the gloves. Oh, I'll challenge you, dude. You want to box? He was like, oh, I'll box you, bro. And then we're like, all right, bet. Start unzipping the backpack, pulling gloves out. They're like, oh, yeah, no, not today. And it's like, all right, motherfucker, like, on site right here, baby, let's get it. So we were like rambunctious kids, but I was growing up in an environment that's all I knew.
It was like that, yeah.
Conditional love, anger, aggression, like, oh, you're mad, this is how you lash out. You don't talk, communicate, have a good conversation like, hey, this really hurt my feelings, like, please don't do this again. It was like, it was just not good. So basically, he took me in, and his mom and like everything. So like, not only is like his dream more important to me than other people because of this, I mean, our friendship has just been something that's so meaningful to me. I was in his wedding, like I was in all these things. Like, dude, it's like we've been friends since we were 14. That's over 15. That's over half my life. I'm 30.
Yeah, that's your brother, man.
Exactly. How many people that can say I have a fucking 15, 16-year friendship?
Yeah,
like, not a lot, bro. And that's
sure.
one of those dudes that I can call who's there.
Nice.
So we were talking one time, and it was right when COVID hit, and I was working in the food industry as well. And shit was tanking. They're like, we're gonna be closed for months, and I was like, all right, so I'm unemployed, and no one was getting unemployment checks. I at least wasn't. I wasn't getting shit, and then finally I got a bunch at once, which was lit. It's like, all right, thanks for like 8 bands right now, but it's like I could have used that out of my savings, you know, like or just struggling or trapping just to fucking make ends meet. And he was hitting me up, oh, I'm making $47 an hour in the union. I'm working all through COVID, and I was like, fuck. But he's like, I hated it. He's like, I want to be my own boss. He's like, I'm tired of answering these dumbasses that are just like paid because they know like the owner or whatever. Yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna quit and start my own business. He's like, and you're obviously not doing shit. So like, you have the experience, and also like, I can teach you anything else, and like we can just be a team, and you work hard. Like you're fucking like you're a workhorse. Like I'm a grunt, dude. Like I can admit that. Like I will fucking put it on my back, and I will carry the team. Like if I have to. Like I do not care. Like. Work me. It sounds bad, but like I grew up with a stepdad who was like, "You're gonna fucking work," and I didn't have a choice. So if I can choose to do it hard and do it to my motherfucker, I'm gonna work everyone under the table because I want to show you what's up. Like low key flex, where it's like, oh hell yeah. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you're tired. That's funny. I'll keep going.
Yeah, it's crazy that you're so tired.
And that's not to be a dick, but that's like it's just nice to be good at something. And when you're a kid and you have nothing else but trying to work hard and excelling at being good at just being a grunt. It's sad, but that's the truth, bro. It's like that's all hard work.
When it's conditional love, like
that's all it was, just earning it. Earning not getting yelled at or slapped out that night, you know? Or just earning your safety of mental health. Earning you not getting yelled at or getting thrown against the wall, like just earning it. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, whoa, like okay.
Bro,
no wonder working hard is easy.
I'm gonna talk about it more on the episode about my like the part 1 and 2 of like my own like life struggles and my mental health journey, but I fucking understand when the boogeyman is right in the next room. When you can't get away from the big bad wolf because the big bad wolf is downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like I totally remember that. And what's crazy is my mom, I love her to death and she understands her struggles and we talked about it. She could only do the best that she could as a woman who was abused by 2 dudes that fucking loved her, didn't get love from her own parents. So like when she had 3 kids, it was tough for her. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different thing. It's just, love is, our parents were only able to do the things that they were able to do.
100%.
And like you said, he didn't grow up in a terrible house. He loves his parents. He just talked to me so much about his mom and dad. So he loves his parents enough.
This guy's wild.
And you know what I'm saying? Like me and Darlene talk so much. That's my whole girl. Like I love her to death. But as a parent now, I totally understand that my mom was wrong on a lot of things. Or at least like wrong to me. And like
and that, you're allowed to feel that way.
Exactly.
And that's something I didn't.
Now that I'm an adult, I feel like I'm.
Yeah. When I was young, I didn't think I was allowed to be that way. I was like, these are my parents. Like I'm supposed to just be okay with it because they're like my guardians and like they're showing me the way to be. But I was like, why is everything that you're doing by my standard and by everything I see and read and in all my other friends' home lives? How their parents treat, it's completely opposite. Why am I the one who's like the black sheep? Why am I the one who shows up and like I have no money because we're poor and I have to show up to like all these fucking rich white kids that are fucking in the Springfield Hills and Sheldon Hills and Churchill Hills. They're all like, oh, hey, come into my Timberline mansion. And they're like, hey, like, what's up? We're all going out to dinner. And I'm like, well, hey guys, like I need to go home because I got no money. And it's because my parents are broke and my parents don't even know where I'm at because I don't want to tell my parents because I'm fucking in a really shitty situation. So like, let's not talk about it. And like, it was weird being that kid for sure. But then you grow up and you're like, it wasn't me. It was what I was going through, and that's okay. But like, again, shouts to your mom, shouts to my mom, Angel, you the shit. My mom's the shit.
Love you, darling.
But my mom is still doing the best with what she has. She's doing the best with her mental state. Because you always think like your parents are supposed to be strong and do all the best things for you. But as a parent, I'm not a parent, but I'm sure you understand. Now I'm an adult, I can rationalize that. My mom's fighting too. My mom's trying to make her mental state good. And if she's not, then she's like, dude, my mom just lost like 60 pounds or something like that. And she's like really focusing on her health and it's helping her mental state. But like, that's something that you don't know as a kid that your mom's struggling with. Yeah. Oh, my mom's going through weight issues. My mom's hella self-conscious. My mom is like, in her own head, my mom's dealing with her own depression. But no, mom, I need you to be on it. I need you to be there. I need you to make all the right choices. And it's like, sometimes, man, like, as a parent, do you make the right choices? Are you perfect in every way? No. Not even close. But when you're a kid, you need that perfection. You want that parent that's going to kill it and crush it. And when you have 2 parents that are failing, 3 parents that are failing, multiple parents, like when you have a stepmom and a stepdad, both I had shitty relationships with. I didn't have great relationships with either of my parents, so I was like, oh fuck, I got 4 parents that are fucked up. It's like, this sucks, dog. And then you go to friends' houses and it's like everything's fucking perfect. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and the other parents love you.
Wait,
they
your
like
parents?
fuck with you.
Your parents come to your games? Oh, you play I played varsity in like 4 different sports in high school since I was a freshman, bro. I started varsity on multiple sports as a freshman. I can't remember my parents coming to like any of my games. My dad stopped coming to my games like Pop Warner in like middle school. My mom was always busy. And then you just stop telling them. You just do your own thing. Oh, I'm gonna be gone. I'll be home tonight at 9. Well, I'll see you later. Do they ask what you're doing? No. They could be like, what are you doing? Oh, I have a game tonight. Oh, I get off work at 5:30. I'll see you there. They didn't give a fuck.
There was moments I couldn't even play sports, bro. Cause my mom
It's whack, bro. They just don't give a fuck. And you sit there and you see it and you're like, dog. But then other families come up and they're like, oh, fucking
You're such a great athlete.
Or you see other people in the stands like, fucking yeah, go Jason. It's like, fuck you, mom. Jason sucks. That motherfucker rides the pine behind me, dude.
Bro, like,
Jason's my third
15
string.
points.
Dude, this motherfucker hasn't seen the field all season. His dad screams when he sees 10 seconds on the field, and I'm scoring all the goals, doing all the work, fucking doing what I can, and my parents are never here. Y'all are tripping.
Yeah, come on.
Y'all are tripping. And I was like so butthurt about that as a kid. I used to get so butthurt.
I
I'd be
still
like,
do. Like, you see I'm crying right now.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm not a dad.
It still hurts.
I'm not a dad. And if I get the pleasure to be a father, like my own kid, like where it's me and a woman, like we make a baby, like I will be one so blessed. Like that's a gift from
God.
It's like holy grail shit to me. Like I want to be a dad so bad, dog. Like so bad. Like it like I'm sure any girl, if there's an ex on here that sees this, they're gonna know that this is true. Every girl I've dated, they know. They're like, man, I don't know if I can even fuck with how hard you want to be a dad.
I'm gonna pause you real quick. Hold this. Ladies, a couple things about my man Sean here. At least from what I've seen and garnered from being in his home. Very beautiful home. Loves art, loves flowers, and the motherfucker has Versace cologne. Do you know he has 3 different teeth brushes in there, bitch? 3 different ones. I saw them. 3. I went to the bathroom just a few minutes ago just to make sure I saw 3. He got 3 different teeth brushes in there. Got 3 different colognes. The art, when I tell you, you gotta find a man who is in tune with his mistakes and his successes. I'm not trying to pimp you out right now.
You're good, do it, man.
You see how beautiful he looks, right? My wife is in love with Mac Miller. Saw this nigga and said, oh. I've heard her say oh like that twice. One of them was with me. This is the same. Oh,
You're like, that was the difference.
I was like, bitch, what?
That's hilarious.
But I know she loves Mac Miller.
Yeah.
And I knew from the second I met you, like, I saw you with the tattoos at first, and that's exactly what I said in my head. I was
I
like,
love that.
oh, it's Mac
What
Miller
a
nigga.
good
It's my Mac
person.
Miller nigga.
What a good person.
An
to be
amazing
related
person
Honestly,
to
that's
be-
like a compliment of all compliments. I mean, dude, Mac Miller's the G, so.
I think Mac Miller is an amazing person now that, like, being with my wife, to, like, know how in tune with himself he was and his mistakes. Like, he was more focused on his mistakes. I think it's 2009 is the song I'm thinking about. He talked about it in an interview how like he just went in there and was like just rapping about what happened his entire life and how like it started in 2009.
I love
That's
that.
his most popular song.
Dude.
His most popular song is a song that he himself admitted he did not like. So like to know that like our mistakes and our failures and our scars make us who the fuck we are. And that's why we're so beautiful on the inside and the outside, bro. Like, accept that shit. So, like, that's what I want to wrap this whole thing up with before you start talking again. It's like, ladies, understand, like, you don't need a dude who's going to, like, flex hard on a social media site for no goddamn reason. Find a man who's born as shit and is in tune and in love with your stanky ass drawers, your fucking dirty socks,
Yo, hell, I was doing laundry when you got here, girl. I got a Costco membership, and I can add someone. So,
Ooh.
just saying.
And we talked about this before I got here. We some bad bitches. We like candles.
Dude,
what's cracking?
Hell yes.
So
dude.
what's up?
And you brought incense.
And
you
I brought the incense.
Thank
What's
you.
good? My wife
Oh,
Candy. So
man.
what's up?
That's wild.
Hey, shout out to my man Sean, bro. I truly, before we even finish this off, I appreciate you for being on. This is gonna be the thank you shot. I appreciate you for being on, bro. Taking the time. Your energy is what I came here for, and I wanted to show whoever's watching this, the audience that watches, the audience that listens. I want them to know how great of a person you are, and I fucked up by not being a friend of yours early.
Dude.
Now I'm that nigga that you can call at 2 a.m. Like, bro, I need you to come get me from the bar, bro. Like, I'm at the titty joint. Like,
hell yeah.
I'm going through it.
Dude, I'm on the same level, bro. I'm the same way, bro.
Straight up. Love you.
Love you too, bro.
Now, these are some questions that I do ask everyone who comes on. All right. So, do you golf?
Yeah.
We have to get out there and play sometime.
Yeah, I honestly didn't golf for a long time. So my dad, I wouldn't say terrible golfer, but he's not great.
Okay.
And I love his style though. We would go out with people and he has like friends that are fucking nasty where it's like, dude, how are you actually this good? Like Fiddlers, I mean, like again, Fiddlers is small.
Park 3.
But they're like,
y'all know about
there.
Fiddlers.
Dude, Fiddlers, Oakway, River Ridge, like all these local courses, they're like.
River Ridge is closed.
Oh, is it closed? Like for good?
Yeah.
Crazy. My family was really involved with Sutton Ridge Golf Course. I was related to the Suttons. That was my grandma's maiden name.
Okay.
So like all these like random ass golf courses. I grew up going and playing just like randomly with family and shit. But I was an only child. My dad was fucking 30 when he had me. So by the time I'm old enough to do anything, like I was old. I mean, they were old and like all my family was older than them.
Yeah.
So I was always like, dude, I was playing horseshoes with like old men. I was like a young kid. It was like just tight. But golfing was always like something where my dad was not gonna be say fuck it before he hit every ball. I swear to you, he goes fuck it. It's just like he doesn't care. Because I've seen him wrap poles around trees. I've seen him throw poles. I've seen him get pissed or drunk and just make a scene. My dad is wily.
We're gonna be able to play golf one day, OG. I got you. That's my game. That's how I play. I'm out there smoking big joints.
Big doinks, dude. I roll like 3 big ass woods before I go golf, dude. It's like what are you talking about? Like you think that, and that's what was best, dude. The last time I played, I was chipping. My short game is actually pretty nice. I have a good chip game, good putting game. What's up? But I'm not good at driving. I will hit the fuck out of it, dude. This thing goes so far, but yank or yank. It's like, dude, how can my wrist, like, it's like, dude, I'm not an idiot. So like I sit here, like sometimes I literally go like this, like I'm like, dog, your wrists stay straight. Because like I know when I draw back and I bring that through, that motherfucker wants the curve and hits that club, and I feel it because I know what I'm doing. Like it's like a golf swing is a golf swing.
Yeah.
Same thing with a baseball swing. Same thing with a shot. Yeah. You see Kobe, you see Steph, you see these guys. They have a good follow. They have it's what it is.
Yeah.
It's about keeping your arms straight. It's about keeping your club straight. Same with tennis. Like certain ways you hit are gonna take the ball to where you want. That's why Tiger could just be like, I want to wrap this bitch around the tree. I'm gonna make this thing do fucking 3 S curves and just slam on the green. Okay, like they can get it. They just know. But for me, like I can feel the problem, but for some reason I cannot correct it. So my long game struggles. So yes, I golf, but my long game struggles.
We'll just have to go to Fiddlers, bro, and get down. Because like
I think honestly what I need to do is I just need to go to a driving range. And I think that like since I get out of the game, I just need to drive.
Yeah, we just gotta hit
Laurel. Is Laurel okay? What is the? Do you got the one by Pleasant Hill? What one is that? There's like a random driving range right out there.
Like off the freeway, right? Dude, that's the spot that I go to so much.
I've never been there, but I always be seeing it. And I'm like, yo,
bro, we gotta hit that place.
I'm like, dude, I'm just driving out here, and there's like a random. It's like in the middle of nowhere.
It's
like
a dude.
driving range.
It's an old dude. Like he's like 40, 50. He owns the land and he owns a piece of property right there. So he just like drives his little go-kart from his house to the... Yeah, dude.
I would just literally do the same thing. If you could invest in the machine to pick up the balls, and he owns the property.
It's so cheap to get them, too.
If you own the land, and you can do this, and you just put up some nets, or not put up nets, and you just own all the land around it, fuck it. Who cares? Oh, it's going to hit your house? Cool.
gives a
You're
shit?
making bank off your
The
driving.
thing is, like, the only negative side about golf is, like, most of them are in the red. Just because golf isn't as popular, but now with coronavirus being what it is and everybody not being able to do anything indoors, a lot of golf has picked up, so a lot of places are coming into black.
I think it's hilarious that they were making a thing at when I went to Oakway, they weren't allowing you to touch the
You couldn't
tees.
pour the tees out.
But then they just took all the tees. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah,
So
like,
last
no,
time I
I
played,
guess
there was no tees. I was like,
Yeah, they're like, niggas don't listen.
no, wait, there was tees. Wait, no, there wasn't.
They have like little
It was like a marker or something that like didn't pull out or something
it's
like
like
that.
they cut foam, like the pool, like noodles, foam
Yeah.
noodles. They cut those and put them in. We call them condoms.
I like, fair enough.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
either that or somebody calls them like fleshlights. Like, they got the fleshlight. No. Sorry.
Dude, flashlights, dude. I honestly, man, I just touch on that for a couple seconds.
Shit!
I had never used one in my life.
Never.
But also, like, I was having promiscuous sex as a young kid, so it's like I was always having sex. Like, I'm gonna have sex with a vagina.
I had sex when I was 11.
12, dude. I lost my virginity at 12. Dude.
Fuck it!
It's like, shouldn't you be proud? But it's like, that's
Are
what
we
it is.
proud about this?
I don't know, but,
I've been fucking for 20 years.
But definitely, like, what was I saying? Pocket pussy. It's like, for one, I didn't ever need it.
Yeah.
And two, it's like, why buy a pussy? Like,
We got slick mouthpieces.
I just don't understand. It's
And
like,
this
bro, I'm
is-
just gonna go up to, even if I had to settle, like, this sounds, I don't know, misogynistic maybe, but it's like everyone, there's ratings or whatever, like, oh, that's not my type or whatever. If there's a girl that, like, maybe isn't what you would always take home, there's always a girl you could take home.
Yeah.
So why would you not just go fuck a human being instead of a fucking light? Where
You literally are fucking a
just put me
flashlight.
down. I already just took you out. You're fine.
You're fucking a flashlight. That's what
Exactly.
you're doing.
Literally. That's why I call them flashlights.
Yeah, but like my thing is like I don't like. Again, I've talked to my wife about this, so what I'm about to say is not bad. She's told me it's decent for me to say out loud. I think that you should get your money however you need to get it. So if niggas are gonna pay for OnlyFans, do that.
Yeah.
But for me, Pornhub and xnxx.com are free as fuck.
Pornhub is free as a motherfucker.
I've been
dog.
using this motherfucker since I was like
Yo, Pornhub,
at least
thank you.
12 years old. So
Yes. Pornhub's real as a motherfucker.
Pornhub is real as
Dude, there's some clips that you find that are like 40 minutes long. That's like, bro, like this is a 40-minute long clip and you're paying for porn? You're paying for porn.
Bitch, I sit back and learn, nigga. I've been
Yes, thank you.
doing shit on my
Whoa.
wife, nigga. She's like, ooh.
I'm like, how
you
did he do that with...
How'd you
He's
get
like, he
three
looks
fingers to dance
ambidextrous as
like
fuck.
that?
Every finger just knows what to do. And I'm like,
Like playing the
Jesus
piano.
Christ, for real.
It really is. So that was a
Either way.
dumb sidebar. I appreciate it because we have not had this talk, and I fucking love you for that, bro.
It's real, man.
So you said you play golf. What are and you said that you're good at short game, so that's, you literally answered my question for me. So he plays golf, and he's good at the short game, and he doesn't like the flashlight. He'd much rather use Pornhub. Gang shit.
Fuck yeah.
What were some of the sports you played in high school that you were varsity at?
Man, I played lacrosse. That was like my favorite sport.
Man, hockey. I played hockey growing up.
Yeah, hockey's dope. I played hockey growing
Imagine
up.
that.
Real ice hockey. Which
Ice
was,
hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
Chicago.
So I played, exactly. I mean, we only had like skate or whatever it is, like lane or ice or whatever it's called, right? At the like, Lane County Fairgrounds, that ice
Yeah.
rink, that's what we did. So I did that, but like I played water polo, which was really funny. And then I did, these were like early on. This was when I went to North as a freshman, halfway through sophomore year. I did cross country. I ran varsity cross country and I did varsity water polo. I always played football growing up, but at North, like their sporting program was in like a weird transition phase. So I was like, eh. And this kid, Michael Bibby, was a freak. So I was like, I'm not gonna do, because all the positions you are doing, I do, and it's like I'm not trying to ride behind you. It's just not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go play these other sports that I'm actually still good at and do all this and be fine.
Yeah.
And then when I switched, I still played lacrosse, and then I played that like semi-pro league or whatever, where it was like men who like pay to play, but like
Football?
yeah, football.
Same
So
thing.
I did that shit. It was sick as fuck. Where we're all padded up and having fun. So that was fun, but mainly like contact sports. Like I like physicalities. Like, to be real with you, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I like
Throw hands, bro.
Yeah, I
like you said, like you growing up throwing hands with your homie, like that was me and my.
It honestly humbles you, but it's like a cool, humbling feeling. So it's like you get hit, like in football, you catch a ball, you score, you're like, oh, I'm the shit, but then someone fucking lays you out. You're like, ooh, you get up and you're like, damn, motherfucker. You're like, all right,
good shit, boy.
I'm human. You're like, woo, good hit.
I think that's why you have a lot of tattoos. Cause you like that, you like that feeling of being.
Let's be real.
Yeah, you like that feeling of like, I am fucking mortal. Like life is short.
And honestly, a lot of them are just like mean so much to me, and I didn't have a way. Like I said, like with the crying thing, like I feel like a lot of my tattoos now that I'm older and I can process. I'm like, damn man, like certain years where I was getting heavily tattooed, it was definitely because I was going through shit, and it was because I wasn't processing.
It was like literally.
It was like, oh, TC, Ryan, Max. Anyone?
Shout out to both the TC and Ryan, because I have TC did my my cross, and Ryan's done everything else.
I have so many of them all over me, dude. Yeah.
Shout out to them dudes.
All everywhere, but yeah, definitely just like when you have friends that tattoo, friends that want to tattoo you, and also like want to add to the canvas, like you're saying, walking around just being like a walking piece of art for these people. Like honestly, you're kind of like a billboard. People are like, damn, you're tattooed. Who does your work? You're like Ryan Beauchamp, TC Combs, Max V. Casper. Like you're gonna be like,
it's the homies, bro. All
like,
three of the homies
like,
too.
hey, like Adam Line has hit me too. Like I have multiple other, like I know other people in town, but like I can't really hype you up because you haven't been on my body. So it's like whatever. But it's just like those people are like, the more you get tatted, the more they want to tat you, because it's like the more publicity almost for them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And they know you look good, they know you're gonna do shit, so they know they're gonna get it.
And like a lot of it too was just friendship, so whatever. But yeah, definitely was not processing. So tattoos were.
Here we go.
Like,
all right, last thing. What is something you would say to, like, what is your go-to? Like, if you had a go-to saying, go-to life motto to live by, what would it be? You got the steak right, so I got this.
Oh, I don't even know.
I broke the wheel. Yeah, just give me something that you live by.
Something that I live by.
And you're a good talker, so you ain't got to do shit to explain it.
Ugh. All right, well. A mantra. I mean, why not is so good. Shout out to T at Los Patrios. But yeah, why not? Honestly, that's good for me. Yeah, a lot of times I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, fuck it, why not? You know? So, yeah, there's a lot of life choices you could make, a lot of like things that I've done that I'm just not able to fucking account for or make reason for. So I guess saying why not just makes sense. You know, fuck it, why not? You know? So we'll just go with why not. Also, in high school, I got quoted for saying my favorite color is clear. So I think that's always been something I thought was the funniest shit. Because realistically, there's no such thing as clear as a color, but that was pretty fucking funny because it could be anything because you can see through it. So that's tight.
Did you get it?
I answered both cool. I said
no way he got it. No way he got it.
I just said why not, which also is the Teo, the owner of Los Patrios' motto. Every time I come there, he's like, why not? And I was like, I'm gonna get that tattoo with you because it's the same thing I say all the time. It's like, even when you're in like those slumps where you're like, what am I doing here? You're like, what the fuck? But you're like, why not? Like, why the fuck am I tripping right now? It's like, bro, like I'm here. I'm doing it. It's already happening. Like, fuck it. Why not? You know? Like,
you guys know this because that's exactly how and why I started doing the podcast and the golf videos and streaming video games. It's like, I literally like, coronavirus hit, I didn't have a job. My fiance was like, you're so funny when you play the video game. Ooh, that's my daughter. Yeah.
Wait, your daughter calls you? She has her own phone?
No, it's her mom. She's fine. No, she's fine. But it's like, my wife was like, you talk to yourself way too much when you play the game. Like, just fucking record, like stream it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, do it. It's nothing. Just do it. And if you like it, you like it. If people like it, they like it.
Yeah.
So I've gotten 2 paychecks from streaming, bro, just because people enjoy like watching me play. They drop money. So it's like, it's dope. Yeah. It's like, I started this and it was like, why not? And from streaming, it was like, why not make golf videos? Why not have a podcast?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with the why not as like the
Exactly.
motto, bro. It makes sense. It's like,
Even in your darkest times, like you said.
why not you? Why not now?
Yeah, why not?
Why
Okay.
not you? Why not now? And the thing is, when I started this podcast, it was literally so my daughter, and when me and my wife have a child, hopefully we have a son. Lord, please bless me. Dude, I already have a daughter. I already have a daughter. So
I just feel like
I'm
I have
balance.
fucked up enough to where I
That's
would be
why I have
cursed
a
with a
daughter.
daughter for sure. I
That's
think
why
like
I
not
have
even
a
cursed because I
It's
know
a
you're
blessing
blessed,
with a daughter.
but I'm saying cursed with daughters. Like I don't think it's gonna be one. I think it's like if I have multiple kids, they're all gonna be girls. Like I don't think that I'm having a son, but I
For sure.
want a son.
Hey, go to son one day
Yeah.
because that little girl is like she's 5 and she runs my life.
Bro,
It's
my
dope
friend's
as fuck.
daughter's 4 and she's wild. She was like sitting there at this table the other day because he had to bring her to work, schooling things, some COVID thing or whatever. She sat at this little table he set up, gave her snacks, she had a little iPad. The whole time I'm like cutting boards, doing shit. I can hear her singing. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is she talking? I'm like, well, but she's like hella sassy. And she comes up, she's like, ooh, that is a cute ass spider. I'm like, yo, that is a big ass wolf spider. Like, that's scary to me. I was like, yo, fucking get out. Fuck that
My
thing.
daughter likes snakes and lizards. and
Yo,
shit.
bro, I have a pet snake. He's not here right now. It's still with the lady who was like house sitting for me or whatever. But yeah, I'm cool with snakes. Snakes are cool, but I don't fuck with spiders. But she's like 4 years old. She's like, oh my god, it's such a cute spider. And I'm like, eat it then. I was like, eat it. I was like, eat that shit. And she was like, ew, no. And I was like, touch it here. I was like trying to pick it up. She goes, no, I don't want to touch them. She says they're cute though. She's like hella sassy about it. She's like, they're cute though. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, all right. I was like, cool.
That's the only thing you
I was
gotta be
like, dude,
prepared
it's so
for.
much that I was like, you're 4?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no wonder when you're fucking 22, you fucking piss me off. You know what I'm saying?
They're grown up.
They
like
grow
that.
up to be
They're
fucking
bred
great.
like that. Savages. And
At
my
like
daughter
4
is
years
nothing
old.
but me.
What?
She's a light-skinned version of me with long hair and a
Fire.
high-pitched voice. She's a fucking savage, and I love you, Penelope. You're gonna watch this one day. You're a goat.
I love that.
She told me that she wants to be a veterinarian, a space woman. She wants to be a doctor. She wants to be a
That.
president, a boss, run the world, a
It's like,
dog
hey, Rich,
whisperer.
make money.
I'm like, do that shit, nigga.
You're
Like,
like,
as
yeah,
long as
man.
daddy get a piece.
Yeah,
That's
for
all I
real.
care
Like,
about.
just don't put me in a home.
Hey, that's
Take
all I
care of me.
about.
It's
Hey, I'll
cool.
let you eat snacks when you come over.
That's
to
what I'm
the
saying.
party.
Do whatever,
Don't put me in
bro.
the crib, bro. That's all I care about.
Yes.
All right, man. So again, he's already given you guys his life motto to live by. I want you guys to take a few seconds out of your life and think about the few people or a mass of people that you might have in your life that you can call on, that you might want to reach out to try and rebuild something that might have been unmended by, whether it was your bullshit, they bullshit, the world's bullshit, whatever it may be. Try to reach out, tell somebody how much you care about them, tell somebody how much you love them. You know, that's my saying. As much as I can say it, I'm gonna say it to you guys all the time. This is my homeboy Sean. Tuck, where you at?
He's right behind me right here.
Oh, come here, baby. We're gonna get you in here too.
Come on, here.
Young Tuck in the building.
Boy.
Yeah, so what we're gonna end up doing is doing a part 2.
I'll bet.
Just a little later on, we're gonna get a part 2 in,
Okay.
talk a little bit about more shit that we got going on. Cause for sure we're gonna be able to get to the golf course
Yeah,
and play some shit.
100%.
This is my homeboy Sean at Sean Williams on Instagram. I am the play party host of Motion Country Cousin Circle in the Bridge. This is Tuck. We love you guys. Make sure you tell somebody that you love them because we love you. Have a good rest
Love
of
you.
your day. Peace.
Peace.
Easy conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.